beneficial to the ones that need it the most and the ones that need stimulus fast. Opponents believe there should be some sort of work requirement, but everybody, here's what I'm saying about this. A ton of news about the fourth stimulus check, a ton of news about stimulus payments, a ton of news is here for you on stimulus checks. Joe Biden can do something about this. First of all, let's get into the most important news. It's that Social Security benefits, no matter what, play a major role for your retirement and for the older Americans especially. Now, there could be big changes on the horizon. Social Security is facing a shortfall. A shortfall that could be catastrophic, that is. The program is paying out more in benefits than it's receiving from taxes. If lawmakers don't find a solution soon, things could get nasty. There are several proposals on the table. Social Security benefits are funded primarily through payroll taxes. Workers pay into the program now, and the most of the money is paid out to the retirees. So let's not forget about that right now, though. These taxes are not even enough to pay out benefits in full. Just to cover Social Security, it has been dipping into its trust funds.
We'll have to start thinking about, at least, the looming debt limit deadline. Democrats' message: political brinksmanship could drive up costs for ordinary households. A recent analysis by the center-left think tank Third Way estimated that an actual default could result in the loss of 3 million jobs, a $20,000 drop in the average retirement savings, and a $130,000 increase in the cost of a mortgage. And Republicans argue this is all fear-mongering. House Budget Committee Chairman Jody Arrington tweeted, "Democrats and Republicans must seize this opportunity to rein in unsustainable spending and reorient the nation's fiscal trajectory before it is too late." Now, top Senate Republican Mitch McConnell was confident yesterday that the country would not face a financial crisis.
In the end, I think the important thing to remember is that America must never default on its debt. It never has and never will. But we'll end up in some kind of negotiation with the administration over what.
So both Democratic and Republican lawmakers, everybody, are negotiating on Americans receiving universal basic
stimulus check, which he decided to donate to the food bank. He created this fundraising page on the organization's website.
I know there are other people out there that got this money that they realize they don't really need to survive, that might be willing to do something similar.
Hatcher is.
I've not met a cop who likes a bad cop. There's bad in everything. There's lousy senators, there's lousy presidents, there's lousy doctors, there's lousy lawyers. No, I'm serious. But I don't know any police officer that feels good about the fact that there may be a lousy cop. I'm tired of not giving the kind of help they need. Folks, look.
Now, some of you guys may not automatically, some of you guys may not automatically get your fourth check. There are also huge changes to monthly benefits that may be coming next month. New delivery dates have been confirmed by state officials, and here is your daily update for your fourth stimulus check. A nationwide outage was reported with the SNAP program, leaving more than 1 million people without the ability to use their benefit transfer cards to make payments at retail stores. Agencies in Massachusetts and South Carolina reported on Sunday that customers are unable to make purchases with their electronic benefit transfer cards. The South Carolina Department of Social Services wrote in a Twitter post that it is aware of processing issues of electronic benefit transfer cards due to a third-party processor outage impacting programs in multiple states. The department later tweeted out that all the systems were restored, resolving the processing issues. The Massachusetts Department of Transitional Assistance also said in a Twitter post that electronic benefit transfer card processing in the state was affected. At a time when President in-person assisted inflation needs to be tamed, will only add to the fuel of price increases. Altogether, everybody, tax cuts in 2017 laws added $1 trillion in government debt through 2028. And when asked whether the cuts will add to inflation, and Republicans are working on opposition on this to help so many people across the state. So the governor, everybody, Janet Mills, approved the distribution of the checks in April, with the total cost of the stimulus payments estimated to be around $730 million. To qualify, applicants must have lived in the state for a full year and must have filed their taxes in 2021 by October 31st in order to receive the money. Eligible applicants must make less than $100,000 annually if filing individually, or $200,000 if filing jointly, as all according to the governor's office. However, dependents are not eligible for the payments, and residents of Virginia only have a matter of days to file the necessary paperwork in order to claim the missing stimulus money. So be sure to act now and be sure to act quick in order to receive your stimulus checks. To the Federal Reserve's monetary policy, well, the Republicans said that economic conditions were improved by the moves in 2017. And data from the labor market released department earlier this week showed that inflation has remained above 8% for 7 months in a row. The Federal Reserve, in response, has raised the interest rates to slow economic activity and bring prices down. During a recent meeting, the Federal Reserve said that slower economic growth is specifically going to help inflation calm down. A study published by the San Francisco Federal Reserve found that current inflation is caused more by supply factors than demand factors. Analysts say that over a long span of time, some of the proposed tax cut extensions could be deflationary, but that the prospect of a recession may complicate those effects. Now, California, everybody, is already sending out millions of more money to millions of more people in the state. The payments were started going out in the last 7th of the last month, range from $200 to $1,000 depending on income and other factors. About 18 million payments will be distributed over the next few months. That's benefiting up to 23 million Californians. The cash payouts are part of a June budget deal, and to be eligible, you need to have filed a 2020 tax return by October 15th. And there's an exception for people who did not file by the October deadline because they were waiting on individuals' tax and payer identification on a commitment to bring a tax bill to the floor for a vote. However, the bill has virtually no chance of becoming law, and meanwhile provided Joe Biden Democrats with new ammunition in their effort to paint Republicans as extremists. Chuck Schumer said that the Republican tax plan will raise the cost of buying a house to $125,000. Also, it would raise the cost of buying a car by $10,000. It would raise the average grocery bill by $3,500. And at a time when people are already worried about the high price of groceries, it looks like things are going bad. Schumer failed to note that the bill would also eliminate income and other taxes, but his remarks highlight the difficulty Republicans face if they push ahead with the bill. Analysis of similar tax plans showed that a national sales tax would be aggressive, raising taxes on the poor, reducing taxes on the rich, and other things like that. But several Republican leaders have already come out against the bill. Even McCarthy said that he earlier doesn't even oppose it. It would allow that it will come before consideration. It makes the committee process more difficult. House Majority Leader Steve Scalise has also said he doesn't support the bill, preferring instead to make the tax cuts included in the tax law of 2017 permanent. And one representative, a relatively moderate Republican from Nebraska, told reporters that he is also opposed to the bill. More than a dozen states are continuing to send out checks to millions of people, hoping to provide some extra relief in cash to consumers, as inflation drives up prices on everyday items. Many states are able to send these checks because of excess revenue. Many of the payments are officially called tax rebate checks. Last fall, California began issuing the middle class tax refund, one-time payments designed to ease the bite of inflation. And as of January, more than 16 million direct deposits and debit cards were issued. But as many as 1 million people, eligible residents, have yet to receive the check, which can be as much as $1,000. And now, California taxpayers filed individual